My New Year message to all of you is that life is all about you. I know that there are many of you out there who don't like it when I say that life is all about you, because in your mind you believe that I am implying that it is exclusive of everybody else. No, it isn't. It's not what I mean. But really, if you look closely at life, you would see it's the reason you're here on earth, isn't it? It's all about you. It's your experience. And when you begin to realize that life is truly all about you, you will start to view life very differently. And you would start to bring a little more attention on yourself. If you notice, life is really all about relationships. And the greatest one is the relationship you have with yourself. You see, many are going to tell you that life is about creating. Yes, it entails creating, but it's not only about creating. After all, we must have some fun here on earth, and we must keep ourselves a bit occupied doing something, right? So that's the fun part of life, creating, showing what we're capable of doing, right? And that's fine, but even in that, there is something to teach you about yourself. You see, life is about the relationship you have with yourself. If you notice, your job, interaction with others, events and situations, they're all asking of you to look within. But many of you mistakenly keep looking outside, looking at the job, the others, the events and situations, and all that is wrong with all of this. Now, I am not saying that everything is right, but they're actually very perfect in their imperfection in your life. Because it's in the imperfection is what is drawing you to look within, but you keep looking outside. So, what you have to do is to realize how all these things that are external of you, how they impact you, what is happening with you. Because how they impact you and what happens within you is what you are giving out to others and how you're going to deal with the events and situations in your life. And this is why life is all about you. Everything you do in life affects you. From the joy and the compassion to the anger and self-righteousness and hate and resentment that you impart unto others. Just watch how you're affected in these different states. Stop for a moment, and when you realize that life is about you, stop and take notice in the moments when you impart joy and compassion. Notice how you're affected. You can feel it within you. So too, when you impart your self-righteousness, and your anger and your hate and resentment unto others, notice how you feel inside and how you're affected. And when you start bringing this type of attention in, and you realize that you're the one who is being affected, you're the one who is hurting in the end, you would start to look at yourself differently. And you would start looking at events and situations differently, and people. If you look at your emotions, you would realize that these are like little indicators. They are actually messengers. They emit messages to you. Just notice, become intensely aware of your emotions. The joyful ones, the very beautiful and positive ones are there for you to enjoy and to impart unto others and give out into the world. Let it radiate out of you into the world. and brighten up lives. But bring some intention also on the negative emotions, the ones that are such as your hate and your anger and your resentment. I'm not saying that they're not there, that they're there to ignore them, that it means that you shouldn't have them. You are having them for a particular reason. And they're definitely not there for you to explode onto others. These negative emotions are actually messages to you, telling you that something is out of alignment in you, so that you need to bring some attention in on yourself and address it and to work on it. But unfortunately, many people think these type of emotions are there to explode onto others. They're not. Stop looking at the others and start looking at you, how you're affected, what is happening in you. We are living in a world where everybody's in mad pursuit of creating, doing something, very busy with activities. Life is so busy, nobody has time. They don't even know how to take a break from everything, least of all a break from themselves. I invite you in 2015 to start taking some breaks. And there are many, I know there are mothers out there with lots of little children. Go to the washroom if you can and take 10 minutes to yourself to take that break. Because all the mad pursuit of everything and everybody and all the creating and the achieving and the attaining, all the craziness of doing is actually making you lose a connectedness to a sacred part of your existence. That connectedness with your inner self. And it's very vital that you take this break, because when you take this break and you can connect with that space in you, you would realize that you're actually very much enough and whole and beautiful. It gives you a break from the constantly living only from the level of the mind, doing everything the mind tells you and what everybody else's other mind tells you to do. And when you realize that you're full and you're whole and enough in that sacred quiet moment, you would connect with a peaceful place inside of you. Then you would find that you're in a better place to go out and greet the world, greet others in a much more peaceful, calm, and kinder, more compassionate way. I trust that 2015 will be a year when we see a rise, a fast increase in the human consciousness, and I invite you to be a part of that. I know many people are out there wanting to change the world, fix the world, fix the environment. If each one of us fix ourselves and take care of ourselves, the world would be fixed. The environment would be okay. I'm not saying to stop your cause to help save the environment, but the reason why the environment needs to be saved is because it needs to be saved from you. Go ahead and save the environment. Mother Nature needs the help. She needs the help to be saved from you, by the way. But in the process, while you're doing such good work, also save yourself. Save yourself from you so that others and everything outside of you can be saved from you. When you're doing your good work in the world, bring some attention also in on yourself so that you don't radiate out of you and explode out of you all the negativity. Start looking within and start seeing that everything outside of you is actually an instrument for you to start looking within. So in 2015, I trust that everyone will come together and contribute collectively to the rise of the human consciousness, so that all of you, all of us, become beautiful lotuses blossoming in the murky pond of life.